earth. If you want to yield fruit, you've got to put a seed in the ground. This is anything you do. If you want to get to work, you got to put the seed of gasoline in your car. If you want anything you want on the planet, if you don't invest into it first, you will not reap a harvest. Period. So that's the principle. So the first of everything that I do, and I believe I'm sharing this with the church, is I give what I have first to my God, because He's my creator. He's my ultimate source. So I believe in the principle of a first fruit, and that's the word of God. It's principle. Also in anything. Oh, go ahead. You want to say that?
What are we seeding first in our lives? Something is getting. It says
That's
you
good.
will know them by the fruit that they bear, right? So a lot of times we're bearing fruit, but what are we really seeding? Are we seeding more time in our job? Because it says, with all your possessions, honor the Lord with your possessions. So this goes way past just money, and we forget that. We don't honor God in our relationship with our children. We don't honor God with the relationship with other people, with our homes, with our spouses. So somebody is getting your seed. Right. Somebody is getting that seed, and something is being harvested from the seed and the time that you're putting inside of that seed. Not just money. Sometimes we could just look at it and say money. Something is getting more of your time than your children. Something is getting more of your time than the visions that God has placed on you, or the entrepreneurship of you wanting to grow. Something is getting that seed. What are we planting in the ground every day? That's important. That's the reason why we start off 6:45 every morning in the Word, because we're planting a seed with God, and says, God, what you do with the first of a thing.
Because I've heard testimonies of people wanting to go off, but because that prayer call, George, because that prayer call, I've been able to, let me hold my tongue. I started my day off right. Man, what you do with the first of a thing determines the end of a thing every single time. What you do with an investment will determine the harvest.
I said I hadn't had a bad day since we started.
Yeah. It gives you something. It gives you something. So in the morning, man, you always start your day in the direction you want to go.
It's a seed.
Yeah.
What kind of seed you plant, man?
So once you know your total income for the month, calculate 10% and set aside for your tithe or for your God and for the kingdom. Then we need to address savings or paying ourselves. If we don't give and save first, those two things will never happen. We'll spend everything and think we have no money for anything else. Right. How many of you have ever said, you know what, I don't like tithing, but I'm going to try this week, I'm going to tithe. And then you realize you did it first. And then you realize, man, it wasn't that bad. But after you did it, you know what I'm saying? But if you wait till after you pay this, do this, pay the first pay, man, I ain't got, man, they get $3 a day. Jaleel.
Over here, Georgia Power, Fannie Mae.
We'll tip the waitress.
We'll tip the waitress, food, and everything.
We'll give her 15%.
And guess what we paid ourselves?
FICA. Who is FICA? It come out your check though. Every Medicaid, but you gotta pay Medicaid.
But guess who we didn't pay?
I don't know what FICA means.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
We work. Some of us real good with tithes and offering. I see it. Yeah. But at the end of the day, what do we have saved in the bank? We give God His, and then we give everybody else theirs. And guess who's working like a dog? We are. We're not investing in us, in our vision, in the things that we want to pursue.
That's right.
And then we turn around and ask the bank for a loan. We've had our own loans for a lifetime. If we could have just put 10% of our paycheck up, we would have had the money that we should have had to start the business that we wanted to do 5 times.
That's right.
About 10 times.
That's right. It's discipline, and we're going to get to it.
Pay yourself.
That's right.
I don't care if you got to make a payment arrangement. 10, 80. 10% to God, 10% to myself, and 80%, hey, y'all can do what y'all please with that. But make sure you always save for yourself.
We're going to get to the percentage. Only then can we address spending. You good. Start by securing your 4 walls. These are the 4 walls to protect your budget. What are the 4 walls that you have to invest in the most? Food, you got to eat. Clothing, shelter and utilities, which is one category, and transportation. You got to be able to get to work. People kill me with that. I'm not gonna do that. Okay. People kill me with the car thing. We need a vehicle. I don't care if it's a plucker. We got to be able to get there. I don't care. We got to keep plugging at it. We got to get there. You know what I'm saying? We got to get there, man. That I almost want to say cell phone nowadays because the world is changing. Because you got to have communication to get the job. Anyways, then begin allocating money into all other categories where you spend each month. Not sure where. Look at your bank statements to get an idea of where your money is going. Remember, you can always adjust categories later if you need to. So some of us need to pull up our bank statements tonight when we get home or in the morning when we're working at the pound time and really look.
Why we gotta buy the iPhone?
Hey, the debit card is the most dangerous thing to budget. That debit card to get you, boy, 'cause you just swipe and you ain't think, you just swipe.
New thing on the app says when you spend most money.
Yeah, I see that.
It's not tangible.
Yeah.
So we don't see it. I bet you if you convert your card into cash,
You won't spend
and
it so
every
fast.
time you hand somebody money, you be like, oh man, no.
Yeah, that card is comfortable, man. I mean,
It's like it's limitless. That's how they get us on overdraft.
You know, $20 bill, you be like, hold up, man. The $100 bill, that thing breaks, you automatically know it's gone.
Y'all are
Yeah, you
silly.
hold on
The
to
same
it
thing,
long.
though. Yeah, it's all in your mind. That debit
Wow.
card is dangerous, boy.
Don't give you a
man.
credit card. Oh, you balling out.
Oh, just take it out of my account every month. Just sign me up for auto pay. Yeah, right. Just that 1 month when you ain't got it in there, they pull it. Ooh, you needed some gas. Oh my goodness. I'm just telling the truth. I'd have been there.
Stop.
I'm sorry. I'm just telling you. That's what we go through though. Because we ain't budgeting.
We're not budgeting.
We ain't budgeting, man.
Oh my goodness.
So,
Right, you start looking at your bank statement. Who did? What's
Netflix is
happening?
something else. Netflix will come out. It will come out like at the worst time of the month. The 26th. Why is Netflix coming out on the 26th? That's all. All right, I'm done. The 27th. You like?
Oh,
Every month.
y'all are tripping.
Like $11.99.
I get mad at time. Everybody
You don't pay for your No, I ain't gonna find nothing. I love orange is not my favorite color.
Number 3, financial success doesn't mean a big house.
Preach.
This is the hardest one boy, for me.
Financial
success
success.
does not mean a big house.
Say it again, Pastor. Say it again,
I
Pastor.
got me on that. Financial success doesn't mean a big house.
That means big bills, big house, big bills.
Amen.
If you can't afford it, now you're gonna put yourself in a situation that you don't even have. You struggling now. You're mad at everybody because you decided to get this big old house with all these bills. The electricity bill is high, the water bill high. You're yelling at the kids. Turn that light off. Close that door. In and out. You ready? Like.
That's true.
Ma'am and sir, you decided to get this big old house.
And number 3, financial success doesn't mean a big house. Yeah. We're going to get on to
You
that.
decided to get the house. Now you want to yell at the kids for leaving the door open. Let me out.
Cut that light off.
Turn that water off.
Why that bathroom fan just spinning?
Trying to put this much water. Why you in the shower so long?
Lady, stop.
That thing
Y'all know how we do it.
Stop, Lady.
I'm gonna do
You
that.
stop.
That's the truth. But that's because we're unhappy, y'all. We're living way beyond our means.
Ah!
All right, here we go. Housing costs are a big stumbling block for a lot of people when they're trying to get their budget on track, especially for all of us, I'm telling you. Housing should not exceed 25% of your monthly income.
Ooh, you need to say that again.
Remember this. Housing should not exceed 25% of your monthly income. That means if you make $10,000 a month, I'm just saying for a balling individual, which is 120 grand. If you make $10,000 a month, your house note should be above $2,500. So you shouldn't have a $2,500 house note if you ain't making 10 grand a month. Let's say that too. There's people I know that out here struggling with that, trying to impress and flex. So let me break it down to more of a 4 grand a month. If you make 4 grand a month,
$876.
Right.
Dr. Calculator, come on now. There you go. So all of y'all out here, all of y'all ballers out here, all y'all big ballers, shot callers out here, making 4 grand a month with a $1,300 house note.
Yeah.
Struggling.
You're upside down. Mexicans have mastered the art Can I say that? Ain't no Hispanic people. I'm sorry. Mexicans. I can say Mexicans. I didn't say
Nah,
like.
my wife don't like that.
It's so,
She speaks
yeah,
the other
yeah.
side.
Thank you. I'm glad she's not here. Don't tell her I said that. He married a Hispanic sister in Jesus' name. All right. So Hispanic. Is that cool? Hispanic. That's how you do it. The people Donald Trump want to build a wall. So they have mastered the art of unifying to come together to save money. That's why you see 41 of them in one pickup truck. That's why they come and climb over Donald Trump's wall and come over to America and make all this money and live in one house. It'd be 200 of them sleep on the floor. Because they understand the concept that if I don't spend my money now, I can enjoy my money later. Man, that's a beautiful principle. Boy, if more black people could live in one house,
I see them all the
it
time.
ain't gonna happen though.
At my school, I see them all the time. They start off one way. I saw this family come every day in a Suburban, packed full, about 40 of them.
I mean, seatbelt.
Since I've been there. But guess what? They putting up in now. A paid Yukon.
Yeah.
Kids, look, it doesn't matter how they come to school. They got the uniform on, all that other stuff. They ain't trying to invest in no Jordans or nothing. But I promise you, as soon as it was time for a field trip, for the middle school field trip, guess who had their money first? $1,200 cash. Boom. No problem.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, man, you gotta understand how to unify. That's another concept, though. Sometimes you gotta take a step back.
you do.
Sometimes you gotta take a step back to get a running start. You know?
They were laughing at it the whole school year. I watched it. Maria ain't got this. Maria ain't got that. Time for that school trip. Who got that money? I do. Maria.
Yeah. It's a beautiful thing. We gotta get wiser with our money. And housing should not exceed 25% of your monthly income. If it does, you have too much house. And that means you need to do something about it before you find yourself drowning in rent or mortgage payments. Just helping. I know there's some toe stepping. It's stepping on some of mine too. If we want to be financially successful, that means we need to work toward having plenty of money in savings and investments. A high income doesn't guarantee that. A big house doesn't either. You have to be okay with making sacrifices like downgrading at home to get there. That's a good reminder for all of us. It's hard to downgrade.
Do you think
It is so hard.
You think the ego of the African American community and the pride?
Pride. What the Bible say about pride? Come on, Josh. What the Bible
Pride
say
is
about
before destruction.
Period. Come on, Ken. You better be a pre-MIT next semester.
But seriously, you
Pride
guys.
is pride. We talk about pride in the black community.
It is pride.
It's pride. It's like I want to show that I'm balling. Like.
But guess what it stemmed from?
Slavery. Can I be real with y'all?
Be real.
It's the house nigga mentality.
Right. Absolutely.
Yes, it is.
Absolutely.
The difference between field and house.
Can I be real with y'all?
It is.
Y'all saw the Django.
Yeah,
Y'all
it
saw
was
Django
on.
Samuel L. Jackson.
It was on before we got here.
Y'all saw how he was like, I want to be in there with Massa. I want to be right up under Massa. And he whooping other black folks. It's the slave mentality. It stems from something. This stuff, segregation, all this stuff, it stems from something. So we find ourselves in a position where when we get a little something, we want to show what we got.